Welcome to Mystic Realms Recap. Links are in the description below. Please show some love of the author and me. On to the show. What's going on? The reconnaissance satellite didn't find any abnormality. Why did the reconnaissance satellite suddenly fail? Rhodes muttered to himself in confusion. This made Rhodes very puzzled. In this universe, there are not many things that can make the reconnaissance satellite fail, unless there is a powerful energy to destroy their reconnaissance satellite. It is a pity that their reconnaissance satellites have undergone an improved version and can withstand strong energy collisions. Even the energy core of the planet may not be able to destroy their reconnaissance satellite. They had never encountered such a thing before. However, their reconnaissance satellite has made such a mistake, which makes them feel very strange. The reconnaissance satellite should have encountered a powerful energy and was disturbed. A space marine guessed. Powerful energy? Could it be Suyan's battleship? Someone said. Their reconnaissance satellites are the most advanced weapons in the reconnaissance star field. If there are strong energy fluctuations, the reconnaissance satellites should also be able to perceive them. This may be very large, otherwise, the reconnaissance satellite will not make mistakes. So what should we do? Everyone dared not act rashly, because Suyan's energy was so terrifying. If it were him, they would definitely be killed before they could even escape. Just as everyone was discussing, suddenly, Suyan appeared in everyone's sight. It's Suyan. They really didn't expect Suyan to appear at this time. Run away. Rhodes revealed a hint of fear. He knew that this task might not be completed. The reconnaissance satellite failed, and there was no way to find Suyan's trace. Suyan had appeared in front of their eyes. They were invincible and naturally had to flee. The other Interstellar Federation generals immediately reacted when they saw that Rhodes wanted to escape. Suyan watched the soldiers of the Interstellar Federation flee, and a cold smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. Immediately, the firepower ships were controlled casually, and a shell was fired at their ships. Boom! The interstellar battleship instantly burned and turned into a ball of fire. Go! Rhodes shouted to the other warriors. The other warriors, not caring about other things, fled to the distance. Humph, how can it be so easy to run? Suyan snorted coldly, controlled the ship, and chased after them. Suyan's fleet pursued them with all their might. Rhodes led the other generals and fled quickly under the protection of the spaceship. Suyan's warship, the speed is too fast, we can't get rid of it at all. A general shouted. Number 7. When Rhodes saw this scene, his face changed, and he suddenly felt a little bad. Suddenly, Suyan's warship slammed into their ship violently, overturning their ship. After the ship rolled in the air for a few laps, it smashed to the ground, causing a burst of dust to devour the soldiers of the Interstellar Federation. Suyan steered the battleship and rammed it again. Rhodes' ship, in front of the battleship, was like tofu, and was directly smashed by Suyan's battleship. Ah! Rhodes screamed, and the whole person was thrown into the air. His body fell violently to the ground. Under the attack of Suyan's warship, he did not hold on for too long, and was smashed by Suyan's warship and died. Rhodes, dead. When the soldiers of the Interstellar Federation saw this scene, their eyes were dumbfounded, their eyes filled with astonishment. They didn't know how Rhodes did it. They just knew that Commander Rhodes had died so easily at the hands of Suyan. At this moment, those generals finally understood why Commander Rhodes was retreating. It turned out that their fighting power could not compete with Suyan's fighting power at all. Suyan's combat power is too strong. They even had an illusion that under Suyan's fighting power, they didn't have any power to fight back, and they only needed one blow and they would fall here. Run away! Those generals of the Interstellar Federation, regardless of Rhodes' body, immediately run for their lives. Suyan's fighting power is too strong. They don't want to lose their lives in Suyan's hands. Want to escape? Suyan smiled lightly. He steered the battleship and charged towards their ship again. The speed of Suyan's warships was many times faster than those of the Star Federation's warships. they couldn't escape at all. They could only watch Su Yan's warships get closer and closer to their ships. Su Yan controlled the warship shells, bombarding their warships. Their warships were turned into a pool of scrap metal under the attack of artillery shells. Their battleship was shattered by Su Yan's shells. This is impossible. Seeing this scene, their faces changed dramatically, and they were unwilling to accept this result. Their interstellar warships, the most advanced warships of the Interstellar Federation, possessed formidable defensive capabilities, but Su Yan's warships only needed a single blow to penetrate their warships. Su Yan, you can't kill us. We are all generals of the Interstellar Federation. If you dare to hurt us, you will definitely suffer the wrath of our Interstellar Federation. A general shouted. 0. At this time, are you still threatening me? Su Yan smiled sarcastically. He steered the battleship and fired at them again. Cannonballs bombarded the Interstellar Federation battleship again. The spaceship was hit by Su Yan's battleship and was directly damaged. Su Yan controlled the battleship and continued to charge towards them. No, don't come here. I surrender, please, let us go. At this time, the generals of the Interstellar Federation finally couldn't bear it anymore, and fell to the ground one after another, pleading with Su Yan. Su Yan's combat power is really too terrifying. They are not opponents at all, they can't compete with Su Yan's battleship at all, they can only surrender. You guys are pretty smart, but I have no intention of letting you go. Su Yan said indifferently. Hearing Su Yan's words, all the generals were desperate. We are willing to work for you. Those generals are begging for mercy one after another. These generals are the top figures in the Interstellar Federation, but now they are willing to submit to Su Yan for survival, which is embarrassing. Su Yan sneered and said nothing. He controlled the battleship and charged towards the generals. The battleship slammed into those generals and was torn apart. In front of Su Yan's battleship, he was powerless to fight back. These generals died without even screaming. Su Yan controlled the battleship and left here at a loss. These people from the Interplanetary Federation are quite smart. They know to surrender. It's a pity, I'm not the kind of soft-hearted person. Su Yan muttered to himself. The behavior of the Interstellar Federation this time made him very unhappy, and he was going to give the Interstellar Federation some color. He controlled the battleship and rushed towards the rest of the Star Federation fleet. This scene was seen by other generals of the Interstellar Federation, and his face suddenly changed. They did not expect that Su Yan's target was not General Rhodes, but the entire Interstellar Federation. This man is so scary. Let's retreat now. These generals fled for their lives one after another. Although they don't know what Su Yan will do with them, they can be sure that once they fall into Su Yan's hands, there will be no good results. On a barren planet, Su Yan controlled the 110 battleship and descended. There are ruins all over the planet. Su Yan's ship, sailing slowly on this planet. Where are we going? Bai asked when she saw Su Yan sailing on the barren planet with a battleship. This barren planet is an extremely remote planet. Usually, there are no soldiers from the Interstellar Federation traveling on this planet. Only some traders will pass by here, and no one will come to purchase the resources on this barren planet. Let's go to the Federation headquarters. Su Yan said with a smile. Interstellar Federation headquarters? What are we going there for? Are we trying to trouble them? Bai asked suspiciously. The Interstellar Federation headquarters is on this planet. If Su Yan really wants to go to the Interstellar Federation headquarters, they will be in big trouble. Su Yan did not explain. He took the white warbler directly and flew over the barren planet. What a high-flying speed. Bai looked at Su Yan's battleship and said in shock. Soon, Bai saw a huge spaceship. The fleet of the Federation headquarters. This is a huge interstellar superfleet. The interstellar superfleet stopped on this planet, and is preparing to build on this planet, and then send troops over to occupy the planet. At this time, they suddenly saw a dark shadow flying over from a distance. The black shadow was very fast and flew in front of them in the blink of an eye. The shadow stopped flying, revealing Su Yan's figure. It's Su Yan. At this time, all the people in the interstellar superfleet clearly saw who was coming. He actually came to their headquarters. Su Yan. All of the Star Superfleet people know Su Yan. They had hunted down Su Yan for a while. What are you doing at our Interstellar Federation headquarters? Do you want to take revenge? One of the Interstellar Federation generals saw Su Yan with a horrified expression on his face. He knew Su Yan's brutal methods. If we meet Su Yan in other places, these generals are not afraid, because they can run at any time. Behind them is the power of the Interstellar Federation. Even if a strong enemy strikes, they cannot escape. This is the territory of their Interstellar Federation. The power of the Interstellar Federation spreads all over the interstellar space. Su Yan's desire to make trouble in the Interstellar Federation is simply wishful thinking and impossible. Now, in the Interstellar Federation headquarters, there are 3,000 soldiers of the Interstellar Federation Legion here. They can't believe that Su Yan dares to make trouble in the Interstellar Federation. Revenge? That's natural. Su Yan raised the corner of his mouth and said lightly. No, you dare to come to our headquarters. You must have some conspiracy. The general of the Interstellar Federation looked at Su Yan with an unbelievable look. Conspiracy? Then tell me, what kind of conspiracy do I have? Su Yan looked at the general of the Interstellar Federation. Su Yan, you don't have to bluff here, I tell you, if you dare to touch a single hair, our Interstellar Federation will break you into thousands of pieces. The general of the Interstellar Federation yelled at Su Yan viciously. Oh, is that right? Then I want to try, which of us will die first? Su Yan looked at the general of the Interstellar Federation, the corners of his mouth raised, and he said with a disdainful expression. After speaking, Su Yan controlled the battleship and continued to fly forward. The general of the Interstellar Federation shouted angrily. Su Yan ignored him at all and flew straight to the outside of the Interstellar Federation headquarters. Bang! Su Yan's battleship landed outside the Interstellar Federation headquarters and exploded immediately. Su Yan and Baiying walked out. All the interstellar spaceships of the Interstellar Federation were blown up, and a huge shell slammed into the city wall of the Interstellar Federation headquarters. The entire huge city wall collapsed. Inside the city wall, a soldier from the Interstellar Federation rolled out from the city wall. The power of the explosion of the interstellar spaceship is too strong. Even the city walls of the Interstellar Federation headquarters cannot withstand this level of explosion. What's going on? Why did Su Yan suddenly attack our headquarters? Is Su Yan crazy? Is he really going to duel us in the Federation headquarters? I don't know. What the hell is he trying to do? The people on the planet were furious when they saw Su Yan. Humph, Su Yan, do you really think you have the strength to deal with us? I advise you to surrender quickly, otherwise, you will wait to be hunted down by our Interstellar Federation. A general of the Interstellar Federation snorted and said. Is that right? Then you can let the horses go. What a big breath. Then I will send you to hell. The general of the Interstellar Federation was furious when he heard Su Yan say this. As soon as he waved his hand, a group of Interstellar Federation soldiers flew out and rushed towards Su Yan. Seeing this scene, the corner of Su Yan's mouth could not help showing a sarcastic smile. Su Yan controlled the battleship, and before these 2.6 Interstellar Federation soldiers approached, it started up quickly, and then rushed into the group of Interstellar Federation soldiers. At this moment, everyone was stunned. Boom! 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 A burst of explosion sounded inside the battleship. The soldiers of the Interstellar Federation all exploded and died, turning into blood mist. A laser was fired towards the people of the Interstellar Federation. Those people of the Interstellar Federation could not avoid these lasers at all, and all of them were pierced by the lasers and died instantly. Su Yan was unscathed, because there were many shield defense systems in his battleship. During the laser attack, the shield defense system will automatically activate. He just needs to make sure the shield doesn't disappear. How is it? You know how good I am now? If you are sensible, you should give up your resistance obediently. Otherwise, don't blame me for being rude. Standing at the gate of the city, Su Yan looked at the general of the Interstellar Federation and said, Su Yan, you deceive people too much. There are more than 3 million soldiers in our Interstellar Federation. With your strength, how can you resist? The general of the Interstellar Federation shouted. Su Yan smiled lightly, hee, how can you have more soldiers? Could it be that they can kill me? Su Yan's warships hovered over the Interstellar Federation headquarters, and the warships continuously sprayed laser weapons to scan and search for the Interstellar Federation headquarters. We are the most elite fleet of the Federal headquarters. If you dare to do something here, we will immediately assemble all the fleets to encircle and suppress you. I don't believe that with the power of so many interstellar federal fleets, we can't kill you. This star said the general of the Federation. 31, then you can try it. Su Yan smiled slightly. The headquarters of your Interstellar Federation, now I have the final say, you better not act rashly, otherwise, I don't mind destroying your planet. Su Yan stared at the Interstellar Federation general and said. When the general of the Interstellar Federation heard the words, his face became extremely ugly. Su Yan was blatantly threatening them so that they could not refute. But at this time, the hatch of another battleship opened, and soldiers wearing Interstellar Federation armor flew out from the battleship. The aura emanating from these soldiers was even more terrifying than this general of the Interstellar Federation. Su Yan, since you are going to provoke our Interstellar Federation, then we are welcome, you are ready to suffer the revenge of our Interstellar Federation headquarters fleet, the general of the Federation of Stars shouted. His voice reached the ears of other Interstellar Federation generals. These Interstellar Federation generals immediately began to summon the Interstellar Federation army. One by one, the warships of the Interstellar Federation took off and flew towards Su Yan. Su Yan, it seems that you really have a long life. You are going to challenge our Interstellar Federation, so you are ready to suffer the revenge of our Interstellar Federation. When Su Yan heard the words of the general of the Interstellar Federation, a mocking smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. If you want to die, then I will fulfill you. Su Yan controlled the battleship and rushed towards the super battleship of the Interstellar Federation. The super battleship of the Interstellar Federation flipped in the air, and then hit Su Yan head-on. Su Yan controlled the battleship, turned around quickly, and then collided with the super battleship of the Interstellar Federation in the air. Boom! A shocking loud noise sounded, and in the air, the two super battleships of the Interstellar Federation violently rubbed together, bursting with dazzling rays of light. In this area, it seemed that fireworks bloomed one after another, extremely gorgeous. Under the reflection of these rays of light, Su Yan and the super battleship of the Interstellar Federation headquarters confronted each other. On the super battleship at the headquarters of the Interstellar Federation, the general of the Interstellar Federation had a blue face and anger flashed in his eyes. Su Yan is actually fighting his battleship. Su Yan actually wanted to fight against the more than 3 million warships of their Interstellar Federation. Kill him for me. I must tear him to pieces. I must. Yes, on the super battleships, the pilots of the battleships issued orders. The main guns on these super battleships were all aimed at Su Yan, and then opened the muzzle and shot at Su Yan's battleship. Su Yan controlled the battleship to retreat quickly. But the speed of the super battleship of the Interstellar Federation is too fast. Su Yan only needs to slow down for half a second, and these cannon lights will devour Su Yan, and even the bones and scum will not be found. Damn it! To dare to provoke the majesty of our Interstellar Federation like this is simply courting death, the general of the Interstellar Federation said through gritted teeth. In his opinion, this time, Su Yan must pay a heavy price. Boom! On the super battleship, countless cannon lights shot down Su Yan's battleship like raindrops. Su Yan maneuvered the warship to retreat quickly, dodging the attack of these gunfire. Damn it! The general of the Interstellar Federation cursed. He knew that it was no longer easy to kill Su Yan, and the current situation was very bad for them. He had to kill Su Yan as soon as possible, and then assemble the remaining Interstellar Federation troops to completely destroy Su Yan's army. Battleship. Thinking of this, his fists clenched, his eyes flashing with cold light, and he stared at Su Yan's battleship, and then he shouted, "Everyone listens, prepare to fire." A cannon shot towards Su Yan. "Since you are looking for your own way of death, don't blame me for being ruthless." Su Yan sneered, his eyes were cold. He controlled the battleship Hyperion, and with a beautiful tail flick in the air, he avoided the attack of this wave of artillery light. One after another, the cannon light continued to shoot, and it fell on Su Yan's battleship, and then a huge explosion occurred, generating a huge explosion shock wave. Ha ha ha. Such an explosion is just an itch for my battleship. If you want to attack my battleship in this way, then you will underestimate my Su Yan's battleship. Su Yan laughed. What? How could he be able to survive such a dense artillery attack without any impact? How is this possible? Incredible. On the super battleship of the Interstellar Federation, countless senior officials of the Interstellar Federation, watching the battleship controlled by Su Yan, couldn't help but exclaimed. These generals of the Interstellar Federation, they are also the first time they have seen that there are powerful battleships that can withstand such a dense artillery attack, but can still ensure that they are unscathed. Under the control of Su Yan, the Hyperion battleship approached the super battleship of the Interstellar Federation at a speed exceeding the speed of light, and it was only less than 1,000 meters away from the super battleship of the Interstellar Federation. Stop the advance for me. Otherwise, we'll fire the cannon on your ship. A Confederation general shouted, and gave the order to the ship's commander. The soldiers on the battleship quickly controlled the battleship to turn around. Countless gunshots were fired from the muzzle of the battleship and shot towards Su Yan's battleship. One after another cannon lights flickered in front of Su Yan's battleship, leaving countless white marks in front of the battleship. Su Yan controlled the battleship to dodge in front of the super battleship of the Interstellar Federation, but the super battleship of the Interstellar Federation did not stop attacking, but continued to attack Su Yan's battleship. Although Su Yan's battleship was very strong in defense, it couldn't resist countless attacks. There were continuous cannonballs being hit, and then a huge explosion occurred. The battleships kept retreating, shuttled in the artillery fire of the battleships. Damn it! The general of the Interstellar Federation saw that Su Yan's warship was hit by his own gunfire, and then kept retreating, gnashing his teeth. Keep firing. I want to see how long Su Yan's battleship can last. The generals of the Interstellar Federation continue to order. Following his order, a large number of battleships fired gunfire at Su Yan's battleship. A beam of cannon light was launched from the battleship, piercing the void in the air, and shot at the Hyperion. Su Yan flicked the joystick, and the Hyperion instantly changed direction. This change made it impossible for the warships of the Interstellar Federation to lock on the Hyperion. In the battle, the speed of the battleship is very important. If the battleship is locked by the battleship of the Interstellar Federation, the speed of the battleship will be reduced. After the Hyperion changed direction, its speed increased instantly. The star warships of the Interstellar Federation are constantly attacking. Su Yan also kept fighting back, pushing back the Star Federation battleships again and again. The Star Federation battleships were repelled by Su Yan several times, but they did not give up and kept attacking. Damn, is he really so powerful? He can actually resist our cannon light without being affected in the slightest. The general of the Interstellar Federation frowned, he thought it was impossible. No. Su Yan's battleship is approaching us. Suddenly, a soldier of the Interstellar Federation exclaimed. Other Interstellar Confederation soldiers also saw this scene. What? Su Yan is approaching us, don't let him approach us. The generals of the Interstellar Federation shouted, and they fired laser cannons one after another towards the periphery of the battleship. Round after round of laser cannons landed on the Hyperion, but Su Yan's battleship was unscathed and still swept toward this side. Plus #7. What's going on? He was able to fend off our laser cannons. Is it my delusion? Why would his ships not be affected by our laser cannons? The general of the Interstellar Federation had an extremely ugly expression on his face. Su Yan controls the Hyperion, constantly attacking the warships of the Intergalactic Federation. Ha ha ha. Your intergalactic warships are nothing more than that. Su Yan laughed. Su Yan. The general of the Interstellar Federation was trembling with anger. Su Yan was so arrogant, he was so arrogant in front of his own battleship and others. Such words, to the Interstellar Federation, are like the humiliation of Chi Guagua. General. What should we do now? Su Yan's battleship is approaching our battleship. Asked a lieutenant. Send a message to the Star Empire immediately, and let the Star Empire immediately send reinforcements to help us. Yes. The adjutant nodded, immediately took out the computer, and then connected the computer system of the Interstellar Empire. In the Interstellar Empire, just got the latest information. Su Yan's warship has approached our planet, and he is now attacking our super warship. It seems to have attacked into our planet. An adjutant reported to the president. When the president heard the adjutant's report, he was stunned. He didn't expect that Su Yan's battleship would be able to enter his own planet so easily. Report to the outside world immediately. Subsequently, a piece of information was passed to the outside. The super battleship of the Interstellar Federation has stopped on the battlefield. Why don't you continue to launch attacks? Su Yan manipulated the battleship and came to the vicinity of the Interstellar Federation super battleship. Humph. Don't be too complacent. Our super warships not only have super high defense, but also have a powerful energy supply, and our super warships also carry nuclear weapons. We will definitely be able to defeat your warships. Interplanetary federations, the general said coldly. On the super battleship, the nuclear bombs ignited the leads. Boom. At the same time as these nuclear bombs were ignited, the entire super battleship burst into a dazzling red light. Is this your trump card? Su Yan looked at the nuclear bombs on the Interstellar Federation super battleship, and couldn't help sneering. Although the power of these nuclear bombs is great, Su Yan's warship also has many defensive nuclear bombs. Therefore, he is not worried about these nuclear bombs, which can pose the slightest threat to him. I don't know whether to live or die. Since you want to court death, then I will fulfill you. Su Yan sneered. Su Yan's right hand pressed on the console, and a nuclear bomb was detonated. Boom. A terrifying shockwave rushed in all directions, shaking the super battleships of the Interstellar Federation for a while. No. He's going to detonate a nuclear bomb, stop him. A Confederation general shouted. Yes. The warships of the Interstellar Federation launched attacks one after another, and the nuclear bombs shot towards the Hyperion warships. However, Su Yan was not afraid of these nuclear bombs at all. Under his control, the nuclear bombs exploded in the air one after another, and gorgeous fireworks burst into bloom. But these nuclear bombs only caused a little damage to the Hyperion's battleship, and could not destroy the Hyperion at all. This result surprised the generals of the Interstellar Federation. What the hell is going on here? An explosion of this magnitude could not break the shield of the Hyperion? Their super warships are constructed from data energy, and these nuclear bombs are the source of their energy. Now, obtained, in their use of energy nuclear bombs, actually did not cause any damage to the Hyperion. They feel very strange. Their warships can release nuclear bombs one by one, which is already a very remarkable thing. Their energy reserves are very huge, and they will not be exhausted, but the battleship of the Hyperion can actually withstand their nuclear bombs, which is simply incredible. What's going on here? The Hyperion, how is it possible to resist our nuclear bombs? An Interstellar Federation general muttered to himself. These super battleships of them are all very powerful existences. Each of these super battleships has very rich energy reserves and can exert more than 5 times the power. It was incredible that such a powerful super battleship could not injure Su Yan's battleship. What should we do now? Should we just sit and watch Su Yan's warship break into our planet? Another adjutant asked anxiously. If Suyan's warship broke into the planet, then their interstellar federation would have to bear a huge responsibility. This is a question related to whether the interstellar federation can rule the universe. You don't have to worry. We can't do nothing, we can launch a super battleship attack. You immediately ordered the legions of the Interstellar Federation to conduct a focused fire attack, and be sure to destroy the battleship Hyperion, no matter what the cost. Yes. The soldiers of the Interstellar Federation responded immediately and began to assemble the army. They started firing nuclear bombs one by one from the super battleship, and one nuclear bomb after another flew towards the Hyperion. Boom. 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 The nuclear bomb exploded, setting off fire after fire, drowning Suyan's battleship in a sea of fire. And these soldiers of the Interstellar Federation, looking at the Hyperion, showed a smile of victory. In their cognition, their super warships can release 1,000 nuclear bombs at a time. 1,000 nuclear bombs, even the super warship 123 can't resist, and the Hyperion will definitely become smashed. And the soldiers of their Interstellar Federation can also take this opportunity to shoot down this battleship. As expected of the super battleship of the Interstellar Federation, it is really powerful. Suyan smiled lightly. These nuclear bombs did not pose any threat to him at all. The Hyperion had 36 main guns and 60 secondary guns. The armor defense is extremely powerful, and a few nuclear bombs can't break through their defenses at all. Suyan, I don't know how long your battleship can last. The soldiers of the Interstellar Federation looked at Suyan's Hyperion battleship with a playful smile. The main gun of the Hyperion is being debugged slowly, but the speed is still not fast. Suyan didn't pay any attention to the super battleships of the Intergalactic Federation. Main battery ready to charge. Suyan ordered. Yes. After the main gun was filled with energy, it began to frantically spray out energy beams. One after another, the energy beams, like a long dragon, shot out, DBCG, from the Hyperion, attacking and killing the super battleships of the Interstellar Federation. Damn it! Their muzzles are actually spraying energy beams? Those super battleships of the Interstellar Federation, seeing that Suyan's battleships can actually spray energy beams, their faces became dignified. This kind of energy beam is not unfamiliar to super warships. Because of the attack intensity of this kind of energy beam of their Interstellar Federation, only the second-order main gun can exert the same power. The second-order main cannon is an advanced weapon with great power. A second-order main cannon can blast the planet into a pile of ruins. And Suyan's battleship can actually spray energy beams, which shows that his battleship has reached the level of the second-order main gun. Retreat. Retreat immediately. The president of the Interstellar Federation ordered. He has now realized that the Hyperion is not as weak as he imagined, but rather powerful. A super battleship began to retreat, and they all wanted to evacuate this battlefield. Want to run? How easy is it? Chase me. Suyan snorted coldly, and controlled the battleship to chase after him. Although these super battleships of the Interstellar Federation are very fast, in front of the Hyperion, they cannot escape at all. Once they are caught up by the Hyperion, they will definitely be destroyed. The Hyperion can launch large particle cannons and energy cannons to deal with the defensive cover of super battleships, and is also an attack weapon. Moreover, he controls the Hyperion, which can bring fatal blows to these super warships. Boom. There were loud noises, and nuclear bombs bombed on the Hyperion, but the power of these nuclear bombs was resisted by the defensive cover of the Hyperion battleship, which did not cause any damage to it at all. Do not. How is this possible? Can't our super battleship defeat his battleship? Why not? These super battleships of the Interstellar Federation were dumbfounded when they saw this scene. They watched in disbelief as their battleship was injured by the energy beam, and then rolled on the ground continuously. For a time, they all panicked. This battleship is horrible. Let's retreat now. At this time, an officer of a super battleship shouted. The rest of the super battleships, after hearing his words, immediately retreated, but the Hyperion battleship did not stop there and continued to attack these super battleships. Boom! Boom! It was the attack of 2 nuclear bombs that severely damaged these super battleships. The combat power of these super battleships is far less than that of the Hyperion. Under the crazy attack of the Hyperion, they can only keep retreating, but there is no way to get rid of them. This made the commanders of these super battleships very angry. At this moment, the main gun of the Hyperion once again ejected an energy beam, which bombarded the super battleships, causing the defense systems of these super battleships to be severely damaged again, and the entire battleship shook violently. The defense of these warships is really not that good. A smile appeared on Suyan's face. If he hadn't had these battleships, he wouldn't have been able to win easily. These battleships were far worse than those of the Interstellar Federation. Main gun ready. Another order was issued, the main battery of the Hyperion began to charge again, and the energy beams began to be ejected from the main battery, flying towards the super battleship of the Interstellar Federation. Bang bang bang. Not good. Run away. The super battleships of the Interstellar Federation saw that Suyan's battleship fired an energy beam once again, and they were so frightened that they all began to flee. Unfortunately, the speed of the energy beam is so fast that they simply cannot avoid it. After the Hyperion launched the energy beam, it immediately began to increase the output energy. Another burst of energy beams continuously bombarded the super battleships of the Interstellar Federation, destroying the defense systems of the super battleships again, making their defensive energy instantly weakened. How so? The commanders of the super battleship all widened their eyes in surprise. They never dreamed that the battleship Suyan could launch such a terrifying attack, making them unable to resist. If you're enjoying my content, please consider donating a coffee. Or checking out my shirts on TeePublic. Damn it! Let's run away. The commanders of the Interstellar Federation all shouted. Want to go? No way. You people will be severely punished. Suyan snorted coldly and ordered, the Hyperion, fire the super energy cannon. The super energy cannon of the Hyperion once again bombarded the super battleships of the Interstellar Federation. Boom boom boom. A series of huge explosions sounded, and the super energy bombs continued to bombard the super battleships of the Interstellar Federation. The combat power of the super battleships of the Interstellar Federation is simply not enough to compete with this battleship. They were bombarded by energy bombs. The defense systems of each super battleship were destroyed by the bombardment of energy bombs. Under Suyan's control, the Hyperion super energy cannons once again began to emit energy beams, bombarding the super battleships of the Interstellar Federation. The super battleships of the Interstellar Federation were hit by the energy beam again, and they continued to emit a huge deafening explosion, causing the ground to collapse. The loss of these super battleships made the commanders of the Interstellar Federation feel heartbroken, but there was no way to do it. They only kept retreating and kept going backward, fleeing. We are going to escape, we can't stay here any longer, and if we stay here, we will surely be wiped out. The commanders of the Star Federation shouted, Yes, you must escape. Escape, we have to escape from here. The super battleship commanders of the Interstellar Federation all began to shout, wanting to take the opportunity to leave here. Hyperion, fire missiles. Send them ultimate artillery fire. Suyan gave the order. The missile of the Hyperion is a super killer capable of destroying all the super battleships of the Interstellar Federation. After the missiles flew out, they landed on the super battleships of the Interstellar Federation, causing the super battleships to dissipate quickly under the attack of this super energy. Ah! The super battleship commanders of the Interstellar Federation looked at their battleships, under the attack of their own super energy beams, they quickly dissipated, and each made a shrill scream. Although the defense systems of these super battleships are powerful, they are still vulnerable to the attack of the Hyperion and cannot last long. The Hyperion's super energy cannon fired for dozens of seconds, and the super battleships of the Interstellar Federation finally all vanished under the Hyperion's super energy cannon. Boom boom boom. The main gun of the Hyperion fired dozens of super energy cannons again, destroying the defense systems of these super battleships, making the super battleships of the Interstellar Federation once again turned into powder and disappeared into space. The super battleships of the Interstellar Federation were destroyed by Su Yan at one time, and the rest of the super battleships were also traumatized to a certain extent. They were no longer as powerful as before, and they would not continue to attack the Hyperion. Although the Hyperion's combat effectiveness is very low, it is an energy body. As long as it has energy, it can always emit energy beams to attack the enemy's warships. In this way, the super warships of the Interstellar Federation will not be able to do anything at all. Without the Hyperion, there was no other option than to be destroyed. Afterwards, Su Yan drove the Hyperion and flew towards the super battleship to see if he could capture some energy resources. After all, super battleships have very rich energy storage and can provide a large amount of energy resources to supplement their own energy. Su Yan approached the super battleships, collected the wreckage of their battleships, and at the same time took out the weapons and equipment from the super battleships of the Interstellar Federation. In the super battleship of the Interstellar Federation, there are a lot of technological facilities, and there are even many energy shields with extremely high combat effectiveness, super electronic instruments, etc., which are all valuable things. But to Su Yan, these things are nothing. After all, he has a lot of property now, and they all belong to him, so he doesn't need to spend too much time searching for the spoils. In less than half an hour, Su Yan scavenged all the energy shields, super electronic instruments, etc. of the super battleship. What is this? Suddenly, Su Yan found some special substances in the cabins of those super battleships. These substances seem to contain powerful energy, and the colors of these substances are also quite special. They look like a flame, which is very strange. Su Yan examined these substances carefully, and he found that these flame-like things actually contained a strong aura of life. These auras of life were very pure and had no impurities at all. Is this the essence of life? Are these the commanders of the Interstellar Federation, the energy essence used to repair the energy core used by the battleship? Su Yan murmured. The main power of the super battleship of the Interstellar Federation is actually not used for attack. Their main task is to defend the capital star of the Interstellar Federation. In this way, there is no need to build the defense system of the capital star of the Interstellar Federation, and the energy of the Interstellar Federation does not need to be replenished for too long. Therefore, the energy system of the Interstellar Federation no longer needs to build an energy system, and it's a direct abandonment of building energy systems. These energy systems have not given up on building. After all, their main purpose is to protect the capital star. The capital star is also the central hub of the Interstellar Federation capital star. If there is no capital star, the super warships of the Interstellar Federation cannot withstand the super energy cannon attack of the Hyperion. Only under the leadership of the super battleship commanders of the Interstellar Federation will the super battleships move towards the capital star of the Interstellar Federation, preparing to re-establish the capital star of the Interstellar Federation. Now, all of their plans are in vain, because they found that these things were not effective for Su Yan at all. Su Yan is not afraid of them at all. Their super warships can't even resist a super energy cannon of Su Yan, not to mention that Su Yan also has a Hyperion that can easily kill the super warships of the Interstellar Federation. Su Yan was driving the Hyperion and continued to fly forward. In front of the Hyperion were the wrecks of the super battleships of the Interstellar Federation. The Confederation's super battleships were all destroyed within the attack range of the Hyperion. Now the energy of the wreckage of the super battleship of the Interstellar Federation is also very huge. Su Yan collected all these energies and prepared to go back to study, and maybe he could find any clues from it. The Confederation's super battleship, although in terms of energy output, is much worse than Su Yan's Hyperion. The super battleship of the Interstellar Federation has super energy. Su Yan relied on the Hyperion, and the Hyperion was just a single soldier spacecraft, and could not compete with the super battleships of the Interstellar Federation. This was the huge difference in energy and warfare technology. On the wreckage of the super battleship, a lot of information about the super battleship was found, including the structure of the super battleship, and the maximum power of the super battleship 123. The structure of the super battleship is very simple, but it has a lot of technical content, such as energy, which is the key. The super battleships of the Interstellar Federation have very sufficient energy, but their energy is provided by various high-energy energy crystals. These energy crystals need to be refined, and the super battleships of the Interstellar Federation have no energy crystals at all. They can only use one star after another for energy extraction, so they can travel in the interstellar. Refining in this way requires the use of energy from the stars to make them work, but the energy on the stars is too small, and it is impossible to extract much energy at all. The main brain of the Interstellar Federation super battleship can enhance its own energy by devouring other energy sources. On stars, there is a huge magnetic field that can absorb a lot of energy, and these energy are all generated by energy. The main brains of the Interstellar Federation super battleships are absorbing these energy sources, and they can also control the Interstellar Federation super battleships and change their shape. In the Interstellar Federation, once a large-scale war occurs, the super battleships of the Interstellar Federation will be split into many types, and these battleships will change into various shapes to attack the enemy. All the fighters on the super battleship can be transformed into various combat robots, and in battle, they can exert the power of real fighters. In the Interstellar Federation, super warships are not just a tool, they are also a super weapon that can fight against the Interstellar Federation, so they are called the most advanced army of the Interstellar Federation by the Interstellar Federation. On this basis, the Interstellar Federation was able to build so many super warships to resist the super energy cannon attack from Suyen. The mastermind of the super battleship is also the best source of energy for these warriors, so the Interstellar Federation super battleship can be so powerful. These super battleships did not know that the Suyen they faced not only had super energy cannons, but also the Hyperion, a super energy defense system. Suyen didn't bother to pay attention to these super battleships of the Interstellar Federation. In Suyen's mind, the role of these super battleships has been gradually ignored. In Suyen's view, super battleships have no combat power at all, and can only drag down the super fleet of the Interstellar Federation, so the super battleships of the Interstellar Federation will be eliminated by him sooner or later, it's just a matter of time. What? At this time, Suyen saw a piece of metal. This piece of metal is exuding a faint golden light, and it looks like a crystal of energy. Suyen took a closer look and found that this metal turned out to be a special alloy, but Suyen couldn't tell what material this special metal was forged from. No matter what, take it back and study it first. Suyen thought about it and decided to take this piece of metal back to study. There were no more important documents and materials on the Hyperion, and Suyen planned to go back and study it. And the speed of the Hyperion is also very fast. Not long after, the Hyperion has left the solar system and came to a new star field, which is a galaxy called Galaxy. Suyen's super battleship landed in the galaxy. In the galaxy, it is very lively. At a glance, there are various warships, spaceships, and planets in the entire galaxy, which looks very spectacular. So many planets. Suyen looked at the scene in the galaxy and was very shocked. In the universe, the number of planets is very rare, and now, they actually appeared in front of him. Planets are also of different sizes. Planets like the Milky Way are very small planets, and the diameter of the planets is not large, and there are even planets with a diameter of only about 1,000 kilometers. Galaxy is a very large galaxy. In the middle of the galaxy, there is a super-large nebula cluster with a large number of stars. These stars are one of the largest planets in the galaxy. The planet where Suyen is now is a small planet in the galaxy, and around the small planet, there are many larger stars. Suyen has sailed in the universe for so long, and this is the first time he has encountered such a vast starry sky, so he feels very curious about the starry sky. At this time, a group of warships appeared in the galaxy. The number of super battleships in the galaxy is very large. Here, the planets in the galaxy are all colonies of the Interstellar Federation, and they can travel in the galaxy at will. As soon as Su Yan landed in the galaxy, it attracted the attention of many people. Because where Su Yan landed, it was too far away from the solar system. In the galaxy, the Interstellar Federation has many super battleships, but outside the galaxy, there is no shadow of any battleship. In the galaxy, in addition to the super battleships, there are only some low-level battleships left. Those battleships simply cannot withstand the temperature in the galaxy, and only 2.6 can be parked outside the solar system, waiting for the battleships inside the solar system to come and receive them. In this case, the burden on the battleship can also be reduced. Su Yan stood on the bow of the Hyperion, and he also found those warships in the galaxy. How do these battleships feel like they are Legion commanders? Su Yan observed it carefully and found that those battleships seemed to be the symbols of certain legions, and they didn't know why they appeared in this star field. Su Yan thought about it for a while, and then drove towards the center of the galaxy. He wanted to see where these battleships came from. Are these battleships all super battleships? In the galaxy, there are many warships parked. These warships are divided and placed in small areas. Inside each small area, there are people guarding them. Su Yan came to a battleship. On the deck of the battleship, 2 soldiers stood. When they saw Su Yan's arrival, they immediately looked at Su Yan vigilantly and asked, "Who are you?" "Hee, I'm a foreigner, I have a little doubt, I don't understand where these battleships come from," Su Yan asked with a smile. When the 2 soldiers heard it, they couldn't help snorting coldly. Outsiders must know the rules. You are an outsider, and you don't even know the battleship of the regiment commander? How ignorant. One of the soldiers snorted coldly and said very arrogantly, "Oh, Legion commander? What Legion commander?" Su Yan asked, curiously. He really hadn't heard what was the Legion commander. "Haven't you heard of the Legion commander?" When another soldier heard Su Yan's words, his eyes widened in surprise. Su Yan shook her head. "It seems that I have to tell you that the commander of the army in the galaxy is the commander of the army, and all the warships in the galaxy are commanded by the army of the galaxy," said the soldier very proudly. It turned out to be the commander of the galaxy army. Su Yan nodded suddenly. Since the commander of the galaxy army is from the galaxy army, should he be in the center of the galaxy? I want to visit the army commander of the galaxy army. Su Yan continued to ask. Do you still want to see the Legion commander? Do you know how busy our Legion commander is? If you want to see the Legion commander, you must have enough contribution points. What is the contribution value? Su Yan asked, curiously. What a frog at the bottom of the well, you are not here to make trouble, right? Do you know what a great existence the captain of the galaxy army is? How dare you make trouble in the galaxy? Looking for death. The 2 soldiers looked at Su Yan with contempt and said. Su Yan shook his head helplessly, and the 2 soldiers spoke in a tone that seemed to be noble. So, if I want to see the Legion commander, what is the price I have to pay? Su Yan continued to ask. He knew that in the galaxy, there was a star alliance, and this alliance ruled all the planets in the Sea of Stars. Their forces were very powerful, but Su Yan was not afraid of them. Contribution value, that is a very high thing. If there is no contribution value, we will never see our army commander. The 2 soldiers said very proudly, as if in their opinion, seeing a Legion commander in the galaxy is not a shameful thing. If you want to see the Legion commander, then you must hand in your contribution value quickly, otherwise, you won't see the Legion commander at all, and you will just wait to be expelled. Expel? Su Yan looked at the 2 soldiers curiously, not knowing what they meant by expulsion. Yes. There are many planets in the galaxy, and the stars are guarded by the army of the Galaxy Federation. They do not allow any outsiders to enter the planet. Once they find that you have entered the planet, the army of the Galaxy Federation will not be able to do so, expel you from the planet without hesitation, and make you disappear forever. Another soldier explained. All right. Su Yan shrugged helplessly, then took out a crystal core from his backpack and threw it to the soldier. Well, you can roll, this is your contribution value. The soldier took the crystal nucleus and waved at Su Yan, indicating that he could leave. Su Yan wasn't angry either, he turned around and left. After leaving the galaxy, Su Yan flew to the next planet. In the galaxy, there are many planets, and each planet is stationed by the army of the Galaxy Legion. It may take a long time for Su Yan to find the army commander of the Galaxy Army, and he is not in a hurry at this time. He is very unfamiliar with the situation in the galaxy. If he wants to find the army commander of the galaxy, he must first understand the situation of these planets before he can find him. Along the way, Su Yan kept moving forward. Su Yan sailed in the universe for a long time, and he did not know how far he had flown. Finally, he encountered a huge star. In that star, there is a very powerful defensive cover that covers the entire star. If Su Yan wants to enter the star, he must pass through this protective cover. Otherwise, it is impossible to pass through this protective cover. Su Yan looked at the protective cover and was filled with emotion. Such a huge defensive cover, it is estimated that it will take a lot of effort to break through. And Su Yan's goal is to defeat this shield. He has already seen that these protective shields are not ordinary defensive shields, but are made by the Star Alliance. They are specially used to resist those interstellar thieves and prevent the thieves from invading the planet. It is also a method of monitoring interstellar thieves. It seems that the Star Alliance still attaches great importance to this piece of land, and even protected this piece of land with a defensive cover. If they hadn't seen it with their own eyes, I'm afraid no one would believe that someone could break into the star territory. Su Yan secretly said. He knows that this star field is definitely not simple, because Su Yan can see that there are very powerful galaxies in this star field. An idea suddenly appeared in his mind. If there is a large starry sky thief group in this star field, then, will such a starry sky thief group come to snatch these planets? Su Yan thought that if a group of star thieves appeared, wouldn't he be able to take the opportunity to kill all 123 of these star thieves? Su Yan's heart was excited, and he couldn't wait to try it out. Thinking of this, Su Yan immediately flew into the planet. Entering the planet, Su Yan's eyes suddenly showed a surprised expression. The area of this planet is very large, several times larger than the asteroid where Su Yan was before, and even hundreds of times larger. The entire planet is like a planet island. Not only is the area of the planet large, but the number of inhabitants in it is also very large. There are hundreds of millions of human beings alone. The number of interstellar civilizations is several times more than all the humans Su Yan has seen in outer space combined. In that city, Su Yan found a lot of interstellar mercenaries. These interstellar mercenaries were dressed in different clothes and had a burly figure. In this planet, there is a strong armed force. Su Yan can faintly feel that the armed force is definitely very powerful. Seeing those humans, Su Yan couldn't help but shudder. He knew that these were certainly not good birds. On the edge of this planet, there are also large starry sky docks, which are full of figures. Huh. What is this? How come I've never seen it before? Su Yan saw a dock and found that there were battleships parked in the dock. These warships look very simple, but they give people a kind of majesty, as if they can bring great oppression to people. No wonder it was possible to build such a battleship. Su Yan thought to himself. These battleships are definitely the work of a group of high-level star mercenaries at the galaxy level, and they are also the top star mercenaries. The strength of the starry sky mercenaries on this planet should not be underestimated. Su Yan thought to himself. Su Yan raised his eyebrows, and he saw ahead a battleship was galloping towards him. No way. Su Yan shouted in his heart. He didn't expect that he had just entered this planet and encountered a gang of star thieves. The first reaction of this star thief gang, seeing Su Yan, was not to dodge, but to rush over and kill him. Really looking for death, dare to stop Lousy's way. There are more than 30 people in this gang of thieves in the starry sky. The leader is a big man, who exudes a tyrannical breath. This person should be the leader of these star thieves. Su Yan ignored these star thieves, but turned around and flew to another star dock. He is going to open a passage on the defensive cover near these starry sky docks, then enter it, and go straight to this starry sky thief's lair. However, when Su Yan flew over, he found that the protective cover of this protective cover was actually constructed from a huge planet. As a result, Su Yan had to retreat. Damn it! Who is this gang of thieves in the sky, who actually built a protective cover inside the lair of the thieves in the starry sky? Su Yan couldn't help cursing. He has no way to destroy this protective cover, so he can only go back. Su Yan flew back to the planet. He was not flying very fast, but he was still noticed by the thieves of the starry sky. They chased after him one after another, preparing to encircle and suppress Su Yan. Want to encircle and suppress me? It's not that easy. See if I don't take this protective cover to pieces, Su Yan sneered at the corner of his mouth. He controlled the Hyperion and slammed into the planet. He wanted to smash the protective cover and then enter the protective cover. Boom! Su Yan's Hyperion crashed into the planet and made a violent explosion, but the shield was not damaged. This made Su Yan secretly shocked. This planet's defense ability is so powerful. However, Su Yan was not reconciled, and he continued to manipulate the Hyperion, constantly crashing into the planet. Ha ha ha, it wouldn't help you if you crashed the whole planet. The big man laughed wildly. He seemed to have expected that Su Yan had no way to defeat this planet at all, and his words made Su Yan's heart sink to the bottom. This planet is really too difficult to deal with, and it is impossible to break through. At this time, Su Yan's eyes suddenly lit up. Although the defensive cover of this planet is powerful, he has a special ability. This ability is the 5 elements manipulation technique. He can gather the energy of the stars into 5 energy balls, and then under his control, directly destroy the defensive cover of this planet. He has used the 5 elements energy cannon before, but although this 5 elements energy cannon is powerful, it takes a long time and consumes a lot of energy, so he rarely uses it. But now, he doesn't want to waste time. He wants to break through the defensive cover of this planet in the shortest time, and then rush directly into it to kill all these star thieves. Boom! Su Yan clapped her hands. 5 energy balls, under his control, condensed and formed in an instant, and then bombarded towards the defensive cover. Once these energy balls hit the defensive cover of this planet, those people on this planet will definitely suffer. Ha ha ha. Do you think this trick of yours can crack the defensive cover of this planet? Seeing Su Yan's energy ball, Dahan burst out laughing. However, immediately, he couldn't laugh anymore, because he saw that these energy balls all penetrated the defense cover and entered the planet. Under the manipulation of Su Yan, the energy ball shot out in all directions. All the energy balls hit the ground, and a violent explosion broke out. However, those energy balls did not shatter the defensive cover of this planet. The big man was also stunned, because he found that he didn't know how Su Yan's energy ball passed through the planet's defense cover, which surprised him. Su Yan's face still had an indifferent expression. Do you think only you have energy balls and I don't? Su Yan smiled slightly, and he immediately controlled the Hyperion, another energy ball that bombarded the ground. Boom! One by one energy balls bombarded the ground. However, an astonishing scene happened. The energy ball slammed directly on the protective cover, and the protective cover unexpectedly emitted bursts of light, and then these protective covers began to repair. How is this possible? The big man was shocked. He didn't expect that Su Yan's energy balls could break through this shield. Damn, how do these energy balls do it? The big man's face changed. He wanted to break his head, but he couldn't understand why Su Yan was able to break through the defense shield of this star thief group. No, I have to get out of this place. The big man of the star thieves wanted to escape, but he was unable to succeed. Bang! The energy ball landed on the ground with a muffled sound. What? Immediately, screams came over. Good luck. The big man of the star thieves was turned into powder by the energy ball. Su Yan took back the energy ball of the star thief and looked at the shield in the distance. Just now, he used the 5 elements manipulation technique. Although this defensive cover can block his attacks, it cannot resist his attacks. Give me a servant. Su Yan controlled the Hyperion and rammed toward the planet's defense cover again. This time, the defensive cover of this planet was finally affected to a certain extent and began to tremble, but it did not completely collapse. The defensive cover of this planet is very solid. Su Yan frowned. This planet is indeed harder than the planet, but he is not worried. The Hyperion flies in the air, is extremely fast, and is protected by an energy shield, so it can easily avoid the planet's defense shield and rush towards the planet. The Hyperion flew over the planet and landed. Standing in the mooring room, Su Yan glanced around and found neither the leader of the planet nor the traces of those starry sky thieves. Did they run away? Su Yan frowned. Since they ran away, forget it. Su Yan intends to leave. Boom. At this moment, there was a burst of roaring noises, only to hear a powerful and unparalleled aura coming from a distance. Su Yan turned his head to look, and his face changed greatly. I saw a battleship flying over from the sky. There are hundreds of these battleships in total, and each battleship is filled with men in black. The star thieves, here they come. When Su Yan saw these men in black coming, he didn't dare to neglect. He quickly took out the energy ball and bombarded it in front of him. These energy balls collided violently in the air, and then made a huge roar. Su Yan manipulated the energy ball and continued to bombard the battleships of the men in black. At this time, there was also a loud noise on the battleship of the men in black, and they attacked at the same time. The battleships of the two sides collided violently in the air, which was a confrontation of energy cannons. However, in this level of battle, the energy ball is obviously not dominant. 123. Su Yan's energy balls are almost exhausted. The men in black were obviously full of energy, and they kept firing energy cannons, constantly bombarding Su Yan's Hyperion. While resisting the energy cannons of the men in black, Su Yan constantly adjusted his attack trajectory. There are too few energy balls on this planet. He has to save energy in order to use his energy balls to the fullest. Boom. Another energy cannon bombarded the Hyperion's energy shield, and the energy ball on the energy shield trembled again. This energy cannon caused a crack on the Hyperion's energy shield, and Su Yan's Hyperion was also damaged. Damn, to let you destroy my equipment, it is a sin that deserves death. Su Yan snorted coldly, and then readjusted the energy cannon of his Hyperion. The energy cannon roared in the air and attacked the battleships of the men in black. These men in black did not expect that Su Yan could adjust the energy cannon to such a state, which caught them off guard, constantly dodging the energy cannon, and there was no room for resistance at all. A big man was hit by an energy cannon and was instantly smashed into flesh. The men in black have seen Su Yan use the energy cannon more than once. They have long been used to Su Yan's ability to fire energy cannons, so they did not panic at all, but kept dodging. However, under the constant attack of Su Yan's Hyperion energy cannon, they were gradually at a disadvantage, and soon, they were caught up by Su Yan's Hyperion. The man in black, being bombarded by Su Yan's Hyperion energy, instantly turned into a blood mist and disappeared into the void. The death of the man in black made the group of men in black exclaim. "Do not!" A man in black shouted in horror. They never thought that their boss was actually killed by Su Yan. "You killed my boss, you wait, we must make you pay for it." The men in black shouted angrily, and then adjusted their fighting stances, preparing to fight Su Yan desperately. "Humph," Su Yan sneered, and he manipulated the Hyperion's energy cannon to continuously fire at the man in black's battleship. On the Hyperion, the attack frequency of energy cannons is very fast, and thousands of energy cannons are fired almost every minute. Not to be outdone, the men in black mobilized all kinds of weapons on the battleship to fight back. They fought, and immediately attracted countless interstellar travelers to watch the battle, and some interstellar travelers screamed, "Run! Those interstellar thieves are here! Star thieves, we can't afford it, let's go!" Many people turned and left. And those men in black are attacking Su Yan madly, DBCG, hoping to kill Su Yan when his energy is exhausted. Su Yan steered the Hyperion, constantly firing energy cannons. The attack speed of these energy cannons is extremely fast, and ordinary people cannot react at all. Although the interstellar travelers panicked, they did not flee, but hid aside to watch the excitement. Boom boom boom. Su Yan controls the Hyperion and launches an energy cannon attack. Energy cannons exploded in the air. Bang. These energy cannons exploded in the air, razing a nearby area to the ground, creating a mess. Su Yan saw that there were many interstellar travelers who couldn't hide for a long time, were affected by the energy cannon, were torn to pieces in an instant, blood splashed, and it was horrible to watch. The battleship of the group of men in black was attacked by the energy cannon, and suddenly became unstable, constantly shaking. And those starry sky thieves, under the attack of the energy cannon, were constantly injured, blood was flowing, and they looked like they might be defeated at any time. This annoyed the group of men in black. They speeded up their energy delivery and fired energy cannons to fight back. The energy cannons they fired had limited power and could only leave a piece of firework in the air, but Su Yan was in control of the Hyperion, and the energy cannons kept bombarding them. Their energy shields trembled constantly under the attack of the energy cannons. Once the energy shield's defense capability was insufficient, they would be destroyed by Su Yan's energy cannons. Boom. Another blast of energy bombarded a battleship. The energy shield was directly penetrated by the energy cannon, and the battleship instantly turned into ruins. Seeing this scene, the expressions of this group of people in black changed greatly. They looked into Su Yan's eyes, full of fear, because they already knew that they were absolutely unable to defeat the person in front of them, and they had been forced into a desperate situation. Retreat! A man in black roared loudly. No matter how powerful their energy cannon attack was, it couldn't compare to the energy cannon fired by Su Yan. Their warships could not withstand Su Yan's attack at all and could only choose to retreat. Want to escape? Dream about it. Su Yan yelled loudly, manipulated the Hyperion, and chased after them. The Hyperion, like a huge meteorite, with a powerful and unparalleled aura, drew an afterimage in the void, chasing towards their battleship. Damn. He's catching up, what do we do? A man in black said hurriedly that their battleships could no longer be avoided. There is no escape, we can only fight hard. One of the men in black said, gritted his teeth. Thank you for watching Mystic Realms Recap. Please like, share and subscribe. Have a great day.